What are you measuring with these programs? What are sort of the key performance indicators? How are you determining whether your, ABM programs, your virtual events are successful or not?
We're looking at registrants and attendees, but I think we're also looking at a lot of the engagement and the community building aspect. So, that could be anything from how people are answering polls, right? And the, surveys that we do pre and post event. In many cases, we're also tracking if it is like a half day event or something where it's over, an hour and there's multiple sessions. We're also looking at, okay, what actual sessions are they clearly interested in? What questions are they asking so that we can actually, build a content focus for any materials that we're going to provide to them post event and nurture. And I think really because our target accounts are our clients, we also almost always ask for some sort of advocacy at our event. So whether that's product reviews, quotes, and video testimonials, and then kind of just going back to content. That also gives us great content to leverage, but that's something that we really measure to see, not only are our clients happy and, wanting to give us those testimonials, but it's important to us to know that, from their engagement, will they attend these events in the future? What products are they currently using? A lot of the times we, know ahead of time what they're actually using already. But by their responses and by their reviews, we can actually tailor the conversation so we know how to actually follow up with them.
A couple of things. One, it is like for our very intimate events, it's show up rate, right? Like we don't have a form where you can sign up for this. We have our CSM or our CMO or whoever it is send the invitation directly to the account. You want to join us for this thing? Great. I will send you a Zoom invite, right? So there's no forms or anything. So it's not like a, kind of a show up rate almost. So that's kind of how we're measuring. We know if there's going to be 15 people invited personally, how many of them are going to show up. It's all of these things at once, right? They're getting great brand awareness ads. The sales people are making, valuable outreach. We're putting together bespoke content and events for them. One of those things is going to tip them over the edge. Which one? We don't really care. From that point, what's really moving things along is where we start to focus on how we optimize.
A lot of our measurement that we do is it's not about which program or which touch. It's more about all the culmination of the touches that help hopefully influence a close one. Are we increasing the number of marketing touches on these accounts? And touches doesn't necessarily mean like we executed something. It's more about like the success rate or response rate of, are they responding to our ads on LinkedIn? Are they coming to these virtual events, et cetera? So with every single virtual event that we ran, we can see what the number of accounts that we engage with, how many of those were in pipeline already, because the goal of those virtual events, a lot of it towards the end of the year was really around pipeline acceleration. Did we see an increase in growth in ACV? Did we see an increase in not only just the number of engagement, but also did we engage more broadly across an account, right? If we're stuck with procurement, are we able to bridge to the finance organization or to the IT organization? And so those are the key metrics that we were looking at. And obviously the goal of like how many closed one were we able to influence, but incrementally we were able to track and use those metrics to kind of get a gut check on like, hey, are these working? Are we touching the right accounts? Are we helping engage across kind of more horizontally within an organization?
We spend a tremendous amount of time inspecting the actual account and understanding who is actually involved in the committee and at what point. Meaning, do I have to pull in a bunch more of the practitioners to be my champions in order to, advance that committee into the executive realm? And how does just the whole schemata work? The other thing that we do talk about, which is different, is velocity. Velocity from, the time into engaging that account to the first, pipe on the book versus, the first POC. Did we actually do anything to modify time, based on how we used to run deals?